The number a business makes is not the number you actually keep. And that gap is exactly how most first-time buyers end up owning a job that pays them less than their old job that they were trying to escape from. You see a business making 200 grand and you think, perfect, that replaces my salary and then some. Then the loan payment hits, and what's left over is half of what you used to make at your old job. By the end of this video, I'll walk you through one number that takes about 30 seconds to run, and it tells you flat out whether a business replaces or can replace your income, or if it's just going to eat into it. I've closed over 600 transactions, and I've watched plenty of smart people skip this one piece of math and pay for it down the road. Not because they bought a bad business, but they never stopped to check whether the business could actually pay themselves once they got a bank loan and covered that debt first. So here's the trap most buyers fall into. They shop for the biggest profit number they can find. Bigger profit, better deal, right? So they chase a business making $300,000 over one making $50,000, and they feel smart doing it. But profit on the seller's book and money in your pocket are two different things. The seller keeps all the profit because the seller owned the place free and clear typically. You're going to owe an SBA loan, most likely, and that loan gets paid before you do. In a minute, I'll tell you about two buyers who looked at the exact same business. The bank approved one and turned down the other. And here's the twist. The one who got turned down should actually be thankful, and I'll explain why. So let's build the numbers together. I call this the replacement number. It's the profit a business has to make so that after the loan is paid, you still take home the income you're replacing. 3 steps that we'll go through. Step 1, start with the paycheck that you need to replace. Now, here's where you have to be honest. Whatever you actually live on or need to live on, make sure you know what that figure is. Say it's $100,000 a year, for example. So step 2 is add the yearly loan payment on top of that, because the business has to cover both your pay and the bank out of the same profit. Now, step 3, this is your total replacement number. If the business doesn't make at least that number in real profit, plus a little bit of cushion, it can't pay you a full income in year 1. So let's put some real numbers to this. Say you find a business for sale at $600,000. It makes $200,000 a year in profit, what a broker calls seller's discretionary earnings, or SDE, which is just the total benefit the owner pulls out of the business. You go the SBA route, you put 10% down and borrow $540,000. Now, your payments depend on the rate and how long the loan is, so don't hold me to the penny, but roughly on a deal like this, you're looking at around $7,000 a month, or call it $84,000 a year. So $200,000 in profit minus $84,000 to the bank leaves you with $116,000. If the income you needed to replace is $100,000, you're in good shape. You've got that covered, plus a little bit of wiggle room. That's a business that initially fit based on the high level math so far. Now, here's where it gets interesting, and this is the part people miss. 2 buyers look at the exact same business, same $200,000 in profit, same price, same loan, same terms. The first buyer needed about $100,000 to live on. The bank ran the numbers, saw the business could cover the loan and still pay him his livable wage that he needed to support his family, and was able to pre-approve him. Clean, easy, no problem. The second buyer needed more, closer to $160,000, because he carried more debt. He had bigger expenses. He had a bigger family. He had more going on his personal life, more personal debt that he had to service. So run this replacement number with me. $160,000 for what he needs, plus $84,000 loan payment is $240,000 that the business needs to produce to service the debt and to pay him. But it only makes $200,000 profit. It comes up $40,000 short. The bank ran the numbers, the same math, looked at his full picture, and just flat out declined it, as they should have. And here's the part I want to be really clear about. The bank didn't decline him because he was a bad buyer. He wasn't. And it wasn't because it was a bad business, it was a good business. It just didn't throw off enough cash to cover his life and the loan at the same time. Good buyer, good business, just the wrong fit. And honestly, the bank did him a favor. They ran this exact number before he signed his name to anything and wasted a bunch of time into something that would have put him into a financial disaster. And that's the whole thing right here. Your replacement number is personal. Two people can look at the identical business and get two different answers because the number that has to get covered is your number, not some number on the flyer and not some number that the broker is telling you about. It's personal. The business didn't change between those two buyers, but the buyer did. So when does this actually work? When the profit is real and steady, when the business doesn't fall apart the day the old owner walks out, and when your replacement number has a little cushion in it instead of being cut down to the bone. Now, when does it fall apart? Almost always the same way. The buyer trusts the asking price instead of the math, or the profit looked great on paper, but only half of it ended up walking out the door when the old owner left with his relationships. So run your number on the profit you actually keep, not the profit that you were promised. If you're brand new, just focus on this. Get the real profit number, subtract the loan payment, and see what's left over next to what you have to live on. Then, that one move puts you ahead of most buyers out there. And if you've done this before, then watch this closer. Stress test it. Ask what your number looks like if the revenue dips 15%, because 1 year almost never goes perfectly. Pros don't plan for a good year. They make sure to survive the rough one. So here's the filter. One line that you can easily keep in your own mind and say easily to a friend. If the profit minus the loan payment doesn't cover the income you need, it's not a business. It's a job that you're paying to get. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Before you watch this, what number did you think a business needed to replace your income? Drop it in the comments below. I read them, and I think a lot of you will be surprised at how far off your gut number really is versus the reality once you run the replacement income test. And if you want a full step-by-step guide, I've put a 30-hour training course together in a school community. It's totally free. So it will help you find a business, how to check the real numbers, how to make sure you're not overpaying, how to make sure that you are able to replace your income. As I said, totally free to join. The link is in the description. So before you fall for the location or the logo, run the replacement number against real life. Profit minus payment is your paycheck. And that one line is the difference between buying your freedom and buying yourself getting trapped into a job.